In the midst of World War II, when the Allies needed to launch amphibious invasions, they relied on a very specific kind of ship. Meet the LST, short for Landing Ship Tank. These vessels were designed to carry tanks, troops, and supplies directly onto shorelines, no matter how dangerous or difficult the terrain. Among these giants was the LST-325, a ship that played a critical role in some of the most pivotal battles of the war. LST-325 was commissioned in 1942, at the height of the conflict. Its first mission, the Allied invasion of Sicily in July 1943. This marked one of the early uses of LSTs, proving their worth in moving heavy equipment and vehicles across open water and delivering them straight into battle zones. But perhaps its most famous mission was in June 1944, during Operation Overlord, the D-Day invasion of Normandy. LST-325 was part of the massive Allied fleet that stormed the beaches of France. With German defenses in full force, LST-325 made repeated trips, carrying tanks, ammunition, and medical supplies to the front lines. It was there, on those perilous beaches, that the ship cemented its place in history. After the war, LST-325 continued to serve. It was briefly loaned to Greece before finally being retired from military service, but the ship wasn't ready for its final voyage just yet. In 2000, a dedicated crew of veterans took on the incredible task of bringing LST-325 back to the United States. After a 30-day journey across the Atlantic, the ship was restored and now serves as a floating museum, docked in Evansville, Indiana. Today, LST-325 stands as a living reminder of the courage and ingenuity that helped win the war. Visitors can walk its decks, explore its compartments, and learn about the brave men and women who sailed these ships into history. From Sicily to Normandy, LST-325 carried the weight of the war and the hope of victory. Over 80 years later, it carries the stories of a generation, a piece of living history right here for us to honor and remember.